If you are like most women today, you have been given a lot of really bad love life advice that is destroying your ability to create the relationship of your dreams with a healthy man. Advice like, play hard to get. It keeps him interested. Or don't ever rely on a man, just be 100% independent. Or don't show him your emotions too early, it'll scare him away. Or be supportive and encouraging and he'll never want to leave you. This advice is not healthy. It is taking you away from your feminine energy, and it is ensuring that you are going to either stay single or in a relationship with a dysfunctional man who is not inspired to take care of you and be the masculine man that you need him to be. In this video, we are going to talk about why you're getting all of this bad advice. We're also going to talk about why this advice specifically is bad. And we'll talk about what you need to be doing instead to be able to attract the care and love and devotion and cherishing that you need. Before we get into it, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Zach Rohde. I am here to lead you into creating the relationship of your dreams using your feminine energy and what I call feminine communication to inspire a man into cherishing you. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that below. Hit the notification bell and be sure to like this video because I'm going to make sure it's a really good one for you. So the problem, we are going to get into this specific advice. If one of these is like, oh my God, are you serious? This is wrong. We're going to get into that. Hang tight. Before we do, I'm going to talk about why most advice out there is so terrible. Why you are being so deeply misled. Why you're being lied to unintentionally, constantly. And this is not your fault. Let's get that out of the way right away. It is not your fault that you are doing these things because other people told you. You're being misled. And we got to change that. That's one of the things that I do on this channel for you is I show you these myths, these things that women believe that they've been told, and I explain why they are complete BS and they are ruining your love life. And I explain why. The reason that you're getting this bad advice is because most people, the vast majority of people out there who are giving advice are wounded, deeply wounded, and typically in their own dysfunctional love lives. It's like if you're single, like if a woman's single, for example, and giving advice to other women about relationships or dating, it's like they haven't really proven that they are capable of doing what they're saying that they're doing. And then if they're in a relationship, most relationships are so dysfunctional. What do we have, like a 50% divorce rate? And even like that doesn't even mean anything because most of the marriages that where the man and woman stay together, they're not very happy. And ones that try to appear to be happy, like you're not getting the inside scoop of what's actually going on in a relationship. Most end up being very dysfunctional, and you're just getting one kind of superficial lens of what's really going on. So most people are deeply wounded. I'm going to talk about men and women before we really go into this. So men are supposed to have a masculine instinct. Every man does have a masculine instinct. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Okay. Healthy man and a healthy woman. What is it supposed to be? A man is supposed to be in his masculine energy. He is supposed to be leading, taking care of a woman, cherishing a woman, providing for a woman, being chivalrous with a woman, keeping her heart safe, being emotionally centered, being warm, loving, holding space for her. That is what every man is supposed to be doing and embodying, and not to conform to any rules of society. He's doing it because he wants to, for himself and for his woman, because his masculine instinct is online. And women are supposed to be open, vulnerable, soft, wearing their heart on their sleeve, receptive, submissive, and submissive means following a man's leadership while honoring your heart. It doesn't mean complying. It doesn't mean being a doormat. I don't teach that kind of stuff. You're using feminine communication. You're not trying to lead. You're not resisting. You're not blaming. You're not judging. You're just in that beautiful, vulnerable, feminine energy. You're free. You're uncontained. You're radiant. And in a relationship together, the man is fully leading and the woman is fully following and receiving the man's care. It is like a beautiful salsa dance where there's no, ideally there's no missteps and it just flows. It's just easy. It's just simple. Man feels so good because he's taking care of his woman. Woman feels so good because she's being taken care of. Most men and women do not know how to embody that in a relationship, even if they want it. And if you're still on this video, you probably want it. Otherwise, you would have clicked off and said, this guy's a terrible misogynist. I don't want any of this. I got to go find some feminist channel to indoctrinate myself further about. And so you can want it, but still not know how to embody it. And that's the type of woman I attract on this channel, right? You'll want this dynamic and you have no idea how to create it. How do you inspire a man into being that really healthy masculine man? Or how do you attract that really healthy masculine man? So the problem is you're wanting that, but then you're getting advice from people that have no idea what they're talking about, typically do not have the results that you want. And often their instinct, their masculine or feminine instinct, isn't even online in the first place, which means all of their beliefs are going to be deeply skewed and incorrect when it comes to their love lives. And then you're going to be led astray, deeply led astray. So let's go through these. I'm going to start going through these anyway. So for example, playing hard to get, it keeps him interested. Masculine men don't want women who play hard to get. First of all, they don't want women who play games with them. That's just going to be a big turnoff. Healthy masculine men actually want a woman where he is very clear that she likes him a lot. What most women do, and why, like all of these sayings, all of this advice, on the surface it seems good because women have done what they think is the opposite of this and it blew up in their face badly. So what is the opposite of this? Being really easy to get. But being easy to get in a needy, overly accommodating, low self-worth kind of way. And yeah, that is going to turn off men. And so playing hard to get is probably going to be working out better for you. But there is a better way, which is just to be polarized, to be in your feminine, to communicate your needs and feelings, to not put that neediness onto a man, to not chase him, to be open, to be honest, to be real. Like, this is the great thing about what I teach you, is you get to actually just be real. You get to be fully honest. You don't need any of those BS games. All of those games are just a cover for the real you. It is a low self-worth control pattern to try to stay safe and to try to be worthy of a man, and you do not need to do that. And so the reason I know this, I don't even like to say it because it seems kind of weird, or like it sounds weird to say it, but I am in my masculine energy. Like, I am a relatively masculine man. I am in a healthy polarized relationship with my wife where I am fully taking care of her, where I am cherishing her, I am leading her, where she does follow my leadership. I do feel that strong desire to want to be as masculine as possible, to be as much in that provider, protector role as possible. The reason I'm saying like that it feels weird to say it is like to say like, oh, I'm a masculine man, because you've probably even experienced dating a man who says like, oh yeah, I'm really masculine, but it's a compensation and he's not actually masculine. There's something clearly off with him. And so that's like his identity. That's his own blind spot, but he doesn't see that he's actually quite feminine. But yeah, so the reason I say this is you need to take advice from someone who has actually created what you want. And there is an advantage. There are some advantages of taking advice from women in this way, but there's also some really big disadvantages of that too. What I have seen is women who teach this have obvious blind spots, especially when it comes to the communication. All of the ones that I've really looked at, I don't want to say names or anything, but they're still teaching through their own wounds subtly. They're still subtly leading or subtly avoiding being as vulnerable as they really could be. They're not fully letting go. The reason it can be really helpful to learn from a man whose masculine instinct is online and who has embodied this in their relationship, in their marriage, in my case, is because I can tell you exactly what inspires me. My masculine instinct is online, so I can pick up on any subtleties in a woman's frequency or behavior and be like, that actually repels me. And even though my heart is fully just for my wife, it's not like I'm like letting my attraction out for any other woman. I can still feel an inspiration or a repulsion with what other women do. It's like, I want to help you. I want to take care of you in a appropriate way considering my relationship. And then of course the same for my wife, right? There's things that she will do that will repel me and things that will inspire me. And I will tell her lovingly all the things that are kind of repelling me, irritating me, and show her how to show up in a different way. And the way that I'm showing her to show up is always to be more feminine. It's helping her be who she really is underneath her fear, different control patterns that she has. And playing hard to get is definitely a control pattern, right? It is a fear that if you're just fully real with a man, he's not going to like the real you. That's a low self-worth control pattern. And the truth is, healthy masculine men will absolutely love the real you in a relationship and while dating. They absolutely will. Second one, don't ever rely on a man, just be 100% independent. I mean, hopefully this one is more obvious to my audience because this is just like straight out toxic feminism stuff. And it's appealing to your fears, right? And especially if you've been in a relationship where like you had a mother who got screwed over by your father or a past relationship, like you've seen it. You can see how bad things can get when a woman is not independent, when she's not fully capable of taking care of herself. So there is a truth to that as well, but there's another deeper truth, and that is when a woman becomes hyper independent, hyper capable, she's not really leaving room for a man to take care of her. And so there's no safety in that. Now you're going to have to continue typically taking care of yourself because you haven't learned the much more important skill set, which is learning how to inspire care from a man. Many women who were dependent on a man, they were dependent, but they didn't know how to truly inspire a man to fully take care of them. So they attracted the wrong kind of man, a toxic man, a narcissist, a sociopath, a man who lacks integrity in some kind of way. And then they didn't know how to inspire a man to be that man to be better. And in some cases, like a narcissist, you're not going to be able to inspire him to be better. You just got to leave. And so they got used, taken advantage of, hurt, destitute in many cases, unfortunately. So the advice, don't ever rely on a man, just be 100% independent. It's going to screw you over. There is a deeper truth, and that is, I mean, you can be capable of taking care of yourself. There's nothing inherently wrong with taking care of yourself. It's like, it's actually a good thing. Like with my daughter, I want to teach her how to be capable of taking care of herself. But I'm going to teach her something that is far more important, which is learning how to inspire a man to take care of her wherever she goes. Even if she married a man and he died or something, like the worst case scenario, she's just going to be able to inspire another man to fully take care of her. That's never going to be a concern for her. Most women have not been taught how to do this because they're operating so much in their masculine energy, taking care of themselves instead of learning how to be in their feminine and just inspiring that care wherever they go. Don't show them your emotions too early, it'll scare them away. This is a really big one for me. This one has a deep place in my heart because the main thing that I'm really teaching women is how beautiful their feelings are. I teach you that your feelings matter, that they're worthy, that sharing your feelings actually inspires a man. I love when my wife shares all of her feelings. I love when she wears her heart on her sleeve, as long as she's doing it in a truly feminine, vulnerable way. And most women don't know how to do that. Many women don't even know what a feeling is. Like I'll say, like, what are you feeling? And it's like, I feel disrespected or I feel unsafe. Like those aren't even feelings; those are just judgments. Or even worse, women who like share stories and they think that those are feelings. And it's like, oh, men don't care about my feelings. No, they don't care about your stories of judgment and blame. Healthy men absolutely care about your feelings. So I teach women in my program, obviously in my academy program, and also on these videos and also on my discovery calls, how beautiful your feelings really are. And on my calls, like I start by talking about your feelings. Like if you're feeling anything, feeling any anger or sadness, or even if it's about me, you tell me. And I'm very perceptive at this point because I've done so many calls with women. It's not a natural talent of mine, but it's become a talent where I'll be able to sense pretty easily if you're feeling something on my calls. Like I know if you're feeling some anxiety or like there's a bit of sadness coming up or you're feeling some irritation, some anger, some resistance, whatever it is. And I'll ask, like, what are you feeling right now? And when women share and they do it from a vulnerable place, which is what I teach on my calls, I feel inspired. Like there will even be times on my calls where I'm holding back tears when a woman is in her own feelings. It's like, nah, no, I gotta be strong to hold space for this woman, but I will be holding back my own tears because her her pain is just so beautiful and she's sharing it so vulnerably. Most women, that actually isn't the norm though. Most women that I experience, they're not actually truly being vulnerable. They think that they are, and then they end up getting a bad response from a man, and they think that like, okay, men don't care about my feelings, especially early on. I've experienced from women like on dates where they will be even crying, and I feel a repulsion in my body. And I used to think like there's something wrong with me. Like why am I so grossed out by women's feelings? And what I didn't realize is I actually love women's feelings. I always love them. It's just women will be doing things energetically, subtly, trying to manipulate with their feelings or trying to lead with their feelings, or actually there's some subtle blame or not so subtle blame in their when they're sharing their feelings. My wife used to cry with this angry crying energy. So it's like this blame, this penetration of crying. And I was always just turned off. I was always just wanted to withdraw. And I was actually protecting myself because she's energetically attacking me with her tears. And I didn't know how to articulate this back then, but I do now. And then, of course, you can share your feelings without crying, needing, like feeling needy or sad or angry or whatever. There's nothing wrong with showing him these emotions too early, including positive emotions, including that you feel really a lot of attraction to him or feel needy or just happy being with him. Women are they're trying so hard to like play it cool and be like stoic and unaffected by a man when the thing that turns a man on the most is that you are emotionally affected by him. How crazy is that? It's just that you have to be emotionally affected by him when you're showing that in a vulnerable way that actually activates a man's masculine instinct. And this is not like tiptoeing around his ego and like, oh, I got to do it the specific way. It's actually just being that true vulnerable you that women are not taught how to be. I've taught women on my discovery calls the difference between true vulnerable frequency when crying, as an example, and like where they're actually in a self-pity story or a blame story or whatever, and when they feel the frequency, when they see the difference, they get it. And it's like, yeah, that's because here's the co-creation. It's like a woman's not truly vulnerable, a man responds poorly, and then the woman believes like, oh, I can't show my emotions. And it's not even just about communicating them too early. There is people out there, women out there, coaches out there that teach women not to share their emotions even with their man in a committed relationship. And that's wrong. That is 100% wrong. You absolutely can. And you know this because I am speaking to your feminine instinct and you can feel it. Even if mentally you're like, oh my God, like I can't do that. Deep down, you know that that is what you need. That is your feminine need to be able to do that, to be fully open, to be fully emotionally naked with him without holding back in any kind of way. And that is what a healthy polarized relationship is like. And my clients have proven that this is possible. This is not just something I'm pulling out of my butt here. This is something that I've seen over and over again with hundreds of my academy students over the last 5 years, women who have been just as traumatized, just as shut down, just as in their masculine, just as independent, like hyper independent, just as big of a doormat, whatever your patterns are. I have had those kind of clients and I have worked with them and I have helped them create the relationship of their dreams or set them well on their way to creating the relationship of their dreams. And you can experience that as well. But you have to understand that you are being lied to about just about everything when it comes to how to be, how to show up, how to communicate, what to do in a relationship, what not to do, what to do on dates, what to do on your dating profile if you're single. Almost all of it is wrong. Having a masculine man who can actually feel with you exactly how you are showing up is going to change everything for you. And the coaches in my program are doing that with you all the time. That's how they're so effective. But that starts just on my discovery call with you, where I'll be feeling your energy. I will be like, am I inspired in this moment, or is there something that's kind of pulling me away, or do I feel a disconnection from this woman? I want to feel as connected to you as possible when you come on my call. I want to feel that deep connection to you, that heart to heart connection. I want to feel inspired. I want to feel that desire to really take care of you. So this is my masculine instinct that is telling me how feminine a woman is truly being, how much in her self-worth is she truly being. And I know if I feel a disconnection, something is off. And when I feel that, that means I need to do something to lead you more into your self-worth, more into using feminine communication, more into opening, into letting go of your guards. And when I'm feeling that strong connection, I know, oh, she's being in her feminine now. So that's one of the main ways that my team and I help you make these shifts so quickly, is because our instinct is literally telling us everything already that we need to know about how you're showing up. And then we just conceptually know, oh, here is why this is happening. It's because, yeah, her guard is up, or there's a guard around her heart, or because she's actually leading right now, or because she's making some judgments, or because, she's crying, but you're doing it in a way that's a self-pity thing or whatever. And then I just lovingly tell you, here's what you're doing. And here's how you can do this instead. Here's how you can shift your language. And I help you actually make those shifts with me on the call. And that's why typically when women come on a call with me afterwards, they're like, I want to join. I want to work in the academy. Because you can feel the shifts literally happening in your body just speaking to me. And you might even be experiencing this right now just on these videos. Right, because I am speaking to you, not one-on-one, but like if you have watched a bunch of my videos, if you've been binge watched them, you might be feeling like, man, there's shifts that are taking place. And it's literally just because of my energetic frequency penetrating you, telling you these truths that you already know, that deep down you're already resonating with, and it's helping you let go, it's helping you open up, it's helping you connect to your needs. And that happens in an even much more profound way when you do a call with me, because I'm actually giving you feedback specific to your situation, specific to how you are already showing up with me. And so that these shifts can be so much bigger and so much faster. And if you're interested in that, by the way, if you would like to do a call with me, I would absolutely love to do a call with you as well. I'd love to get on a call and talk all about this, and I'd help you with your love life situation. I'd ask you a whole bunch of questions, get to know you, and give you feedback, tell you what other men are either too cowardly to tell you, or they just don't know. They can't conceptually put it into words for you. But I will tell you, and I'll do it with a lot of care. Like, I know some of these things it's hard for a woman to hear. I don't want to hurt you, but you do need the truth about everything at the same time. So you need a lot of love and compassion and the truth, and someone who's actually capable of giving you that. So if you're interested in doing a call with me, go to below this video, open up the description, click on relationshipyourdreams.com. That link is right there. And then watch that video. It's going to be a really helpful video for you, and it's totally free. You watch that, then you book the call, and I'll see you on the call, and we'll start you making these shifts right away. I still have a fourth one to go through here. Be supportive and encouraging, and he'll never want to leave you. If you've ever found yourself being in the supportive role, the coaching role, you're holding space for his feelings, you're validating him, you're telling him that things are okay, you're giving him words of encouragement that, everything's going to be okay, you're doing great, here's how you can do this better, you're giving him advice, all that stuff. All of that is masculine. None of that stuff is something that you should be doing. You're going into the mothering role, you're going into the masculine role, and it's going to depolarize the relationship, and it's going to create a situation where you're always going to have to be giving him more and more support because he's never actually truly growing up and embodying that masculine role with you and learning how to solve his own problems. Your job is not to encourage him in this way. You do encourage him, but not in a masculine way by saying hey buddy, hey little guy, you're doing great. Like that. I'm exaggerating, but that's basically what you're doing by being in that mothering role. You encourage him by being in your feminine and being so soft and open and vulnerable and focusing on your feelings and your needs, and you're not blaming him, you're not resisting his leadership in any way, you're looking up to him with reverence, with deep respect in your eyes for him, and you're fully in your self-worth. You're following him only when he's actually leading you with care, with love. Otherwise, you're sharing what's coming up for you. And that encourages him to be the best man that he can be for you because he's inspired to do so. He's naturally inspired to do so without you having to tell him anything. It's like if you make the most delicious pizza or hamburgers or ice cream or whatever is your favorite food. Do you have to be talked into or encouraged to eat it? No, just damn, give me that food. I want to put it in my mouth. It's so good. Well, it's the exact same thing when it comes to activating a man to be his best. When you know how to do it in your feminine, you don't have to tell him anything about how to be. He's just inspired to be the best man he can be for you naturally. It's instinctual. It's a natural hunger that you're activating in him. And that's a gift. It's just a gift that you're not trying to give him. It's a gift that you're actually giving yourself by being in your feminine energy because it feels so good for you to be in your feminine energy for you. So these are just 4 examples, and I could have given you 100 more, and I do give other ones on other videos that I do. 4 examples of really bad, absolutely awful, terrible advice that's going to ruin your love life if you actually listen to it. And it is really no different than almost all of the other advice that's out there, including, I'm not even joking, from femininity coaches, from polarity coaches. Their advice is typically better. But I'm telling you, there is such an inversion in this space that is not in true alignment with our instinct. And that's why, that's why actually it's kind of funny. I'll briefly touch on it. When I first started teaching this stuff, I did it on Facebook long before I came on YouTube. I wish I did YouTube a long time ago. Most polarity coaches and femininity coaches, masculinity coaches hated me because they are literally most, I don't want to say all, a lot, and not in a black and white way, but there's things that are missing. They are teaching from their wounding. And so my teachings activated that because it was a threat to what they were actually teaching, to their livelihood and to their identity of being masculine or feminine. Like most of the femininity coaches that I will look out there, and again, I don't want to be negative about this, but like it does need to be said. I don't feel any inspiration when I'm listening to them. They're not, I should not say all, a lot of the bigger names. There are ones who are students in my academy program who are typically much smaller names, where I will listen to them and I actually feel a lot of inspiration listening to them because they've actually been able to really access that feminine energy, that vulnerable energy that activates a man's instinct. So you got to be careful who you listen to. And really, the biggest thing that I can tell you is learn how to listen to your instinct. And it's a little bit different than intuition, but there's a lot of similarities as well. You can feel that truth when listening to someone. You should be able to if you're well tapped into it. That doesn't mean there won't be triggers, right? If you're listening to my truth on these videos, there'll probably be triggers that come up, and that's totally okay. That's normal. That's a wounding that's on top of your instinct that is getting triggered. There's something that needs to be fully felt underneath it, which is usually shame or fear. Well, fear and shame underneath the fear. But once you move through it, you're just resonating with that truth and you're fully feeling it. And when you are getting advice from those who are in healthy relationships, who are truly operating through their instinct and actually have results as well with clients or with whoever, you start getting these kind of results as well. There's nothing that is stopping you from having incredible results in your love life. You can be that cherished woman. You can have a masculine man who is fully taking care of you financially, emotionally, physically, in the bedroom, spiritually. He's traditional. He just loves to take care of you. It's not out of obligation. He just loves putting a smile on your face. You can feel his strength. You can feel his power. Do you have any excuses, any justifications of why you couldn't have that, of why you're too broken or not enough in any kind of way? Any stories like that are nonsense. I am here to tell you you can 100% have it. And I am here to help you inspire it. Watching these videos is going to go a long way to doing that, so keep watching these videos. And if you are one of those women who can feel that call, that pull to speak with me, I would love to speak with you. I really want to have a conversation with you so I can help you. If that's you, below this video, relationshipyourdreams.com in the description. Click on it, watch the video, book the call. I'll see you there. We'll have a great time, and I'll show you how to create the relationship of your dreams. That's it for this one.